Al Capone was the most important of the old guard. The original organized criminal he usually killed only for competitive advantage. He also brought in accountants and made crime a business. Built on blood and booze, Capone's empire prospered. Then a Fed named Ness and his band of untouchables begged the organized murderer on a tax rap. Capone died an ex-con, physically destroyed by syphilis. Still, Scarface is larger now than he was in life. De Niro has made him the ultimate bad man, an anti-hero of epic proportions.
I'm going to tell you something. Somebody messes with me, I'm going to mess with him.
With Capone gone, Sam Giancana, his former errand boy, rose rapidly to the top of the Chicago heat. His daughter Toni, the self-described mafia princess, told me how the business changed during her father's reign.
Well, in the beginning, it was really booze running for Capone, or Capone's people. And there was gambling, naturally, and there was prostitution.
But with Prohibition over, the mob was an organization without a product. Gambling and vice couldn't make up the loss of the multi-billion-dollar booze business. Lucky Luciano and a commission of mafia hoods had just the answer. It was here at the Hotel Palma in Sicily that a commission of the mafia decided to sell whatever soul it had and get involved in the drug trade. Sitting around a fancy table in the middle of this ornate room, they may have seemed a group of prosperous businessmen or high-ranking diplomats. In fact, they were an evil bunch, dividing territories and deciding that nothing was beneath them, not even the trafficking of heroin. Coppola's classic film, The Godfather, depicts a scene in which the leaders of the various crime families agree to embrace the heroin trade.
I don't want it near schools. I don't want it sold to children. That's an infamia. In my city, we would keep the traffic in the dark, people, the colored. They're animals anyway, so let them lose their souls.
Although the film is fictional, it's a roughly accurate portrayal of what actually happened. The mafia marketing heroin to the minority areas of the big eastern cities.
How much do you spend every day on it?
Maybe 100, 150, you know, whatever money I could get my hand on, if I use it on that. I want to stop, I do want to stop. But I don't know how to go about it.
With dirty billions pouring in from drug sales, it was inevitable that someone would get greedy. The peace the Mafia Commission had managed to impose since Capone's time broke down when Vito Genovese decided to eliminate his rivals. They included Albert Anastasia, the brutal boss of Murder Incorporated. One October morning, almost 30 years ago, Anastasia and an associate were walking here on West 55th Street in Manhattan. They were heading for the barber shop, located in the lobby of what is now the Omni Park Central Hotel. Anastasia wanted to get a shave and a haircut. It was a shave and a haircut he never got.
I said good morning, Albert. I always called him Albert.
Virginia was the manicurist on duty that morning. She has never spoken about what happened until now. Two undisclosed facts emerged from our interview. First, the gunman did not wear masks, as previously reported. Second,
No, Anastasia did not come in alone that morning. He came in with one of his men, Valachi. I was sitting at my manicuring table. All of a sudden, I looked up and there were these two men firing at Anastasia. They kept shooting him while he got up, and then he fell. They kept shooting until he was down, and I think that was finished. And then they just ran out.
Despite the mob's bloody track record, many people who should have known better, even the FBI's J. Edgar Hoover, refused to believe the mafia existed. Then a hood named Valachi blew the whistle, telling the Senate how the crime families were organized, who the godfathers were, and how they initiate their soldiers.
This is what I'm telling you, what I'm exposing to you and the press and everybody. This